police brutality, I hear about it a lot. Like, it's actually, sadly, like a really common thing.
Yeah.
Like, probably all the way to like the LA riots and stuff like that. Cause like I'm from LA, so like, and like my old school was like around the area I was from. So like I heard about it, and to hear that it's still like a common thing is pretty ridiculous.
Fairly, I do think that a lot of racial issues are kind of just swept under the rug. And I feel like this case in particular is just people have had a breaking point, and at this point, it's I feel like more than a legal issue, it is racial as well. Um, I think some facts about the case do get covered by that, by the legal part of it, but overall, it to me is more than just a legal matter.
At some extent, cops do have the right to become brutal if at some point where they feel like they're in threat or other people are in threat. Then I understand where you have to use force to some extent, but definitely the media does portray it in a negative negative point of view on their point of view because it's just portrayed very negatively to me. And
When you're a group of people where you have no power into a system, the only way that you can express yourself either right or wrong is through means that people would pay attention to. And that would be going looting or public destruction or civil disobedience.
I view Obama and the governor's response to be right about we do need to be peaceful. There's no reason to make people that are just citizens to be subject to the anger that people have when something goes not the way they want it to go.
President Obama, his plea for people to, be peaceful or to not respond with violence, is really, I think, diminishing in a lot of ways the amount of violence that has been told on the Black community for hundreds and thousands of years. To expect people to respond rationally or peacefully to violence, to not only physical violence but psychological and emotional violence that's been going on for so long. I think it's just it really shows a lack of understanding, of what these communities are going through. And a lot of people will say that, if the Black community wouldn't be violent, then the stereotypes would go away. But we have plenty images of, Martin Luther King of being peaceful and whatever, and that hasn't eradicated a lot of the stereotypes of the Black community. And I think there's a lot of people chiming in on what is the proper response of the Black community because it's not just an isolated incident. Michael Brown is just one person, and consistently we've been shown that the system does not value Black life, and I think to require people to respect systems that don't respect them is it's kind of bullshit.
At this point, I think we can only respect the verdict and protest peacefully. However, we can use our voice to, to be the power that we want or that we feel like we should be, or the community. I don't want to just say we, but everyone feels like that violence right now is the way to go, and I just don't think so. I think using our voice is most important to get what we're wanting, which is social justice or justice for all.